Welcome to the American Dream in the Eyes of Immigrants podcast. I am your host, Heidy De La Cruz, and I am on the mission to change the narrative of immigration, one immigrant story at a time. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the American Dream in the Eyes of Immigrants podcast. I am your host, Heidy De La Cruz, and today I have Miss Eloise with us.
Hey.
And she is going to be telling us about her journey coming to the U.S. from Haiti and also her journey here and then also her brand Made for More. So
Awesome.
welcome, Eloise. Thank you
you.
so much for being
No,
here.
thank you. I am so honored to be here.
Yeah.
It is always a pleasure when I get invited to anything, and I make time
Yeah.
to honor to be a part of anything,
Yeah.
any platform. Not everything, but some platform at least. So I'm honored to be
Yes.
here. So I'm excited.
I'm so excited. So if you can introduce yourself to the audience, who you are, what you do, and
Okay.
then just get into your upbringing in Haiti.
Okay, so I'm Eloise, of course, Eloise Naika. Where do I start? I feel like I do everything, but I don't. Currently, I work in a hospital in the ICU. That's my main line. Yes, I know. Quite shocking. It's always.
Wait, you're a nurse?
I'm a nursing student.
Nursing student. Okay,
Yes.
cool. When will you be done?
Next year, 2026.
Oh,
Praise the Lord.
nice.
Yes.
Wait, actually, when this comes out, you'll be
Yes,
done.
I'll be done. Yes, so I will look back on this moment.
Oh, yeah.
So I work in ICU as a nursing student,
Okay.
and that place itself has changed my entire life.
Wow.
To see people in their needs and sickness and closer to death even.
Wow, yes.
It's a lot. It has changed my perspective on life and how I somehow don't worry about much anymore. You could say that in a nonchalant, ignorant way, but it's because I've seen what people truly can worry about. So if I have some small issue that can have a solution to it, I brush everything else off.
Wow.
And I love it there. But originally, I just do taxes seasonally. I'm a tax
Okay.
specialist, tax consultant, and that's where everything entrepreneurship changed for me.
Okay.
I started to do taxes with some amazing young men and women down in Orlando called Supreme Financial Services. I've gotten just to learn about money, learn about financial literacy. And in the Haitian community, they don't really know much about that. And so I'm literally playing both sides of the coin,
Okay.
health and money.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful to be in the middle.
Yeah.
Because I'm now really prone to talk about you need to manage it.
Yeah.
You need to take care of your health because we take these two things lightly.
Yeah.
And being an author was something that just hit in the midst of a wilderness season that made me become an author of the book Unwired, where God was just trying to show me, this is who I am. This is who you are in me.
Yeah.
And I wrote about it to just
Yeah.
remind myself my identity in Christ and the authority that I have. And after I wrote that book, it was like an open door for many, many things using my gift and talents, where I've been led to sit on platforms with women and men, keynote speakers, just very embracing. And from there, that's when the brand Made for More came into. So now Made for More is a built foundation where I'm currently building it as a whole, where tax, speaking engagement, and a community of book club. I'm an author, so my community is where I allow once a month, I invite the community, anyone, entrepreneurs, leaders, visionary, we sit down and dissect the book I give them to read. And that's the community. So that's in process, and it's going so well, and having multiple people next to me supporting me and pushing this forward. I'm grateful for being the one saying that I'm a CEO of Made for More. So, and a merchandise line too, just to carry out the mission, because it's like, why not?
Yeah,
It's
why
like,
not throw that in there
Why
too?
not throw that in there? So I get to throw that in there. So that's me as a whole.
Wow. And we met at a networking event
Yes,
for Christian entrepreneurs.
absolutely.
I absolutely loved that event.
Me too.
I was actually not going to go, but then God pulled me and was like, no, you should go.
Right.
And immediately as I walk in, he's talking to me.
Right.
And I'm just like, okay, Lord, this is why you called me here. I'm
That's
hearing
awesome.
you. Because it was a week where I was kind of not lost in my identity, but kind of like I had to go back and it's like, okay, my identity comes from God.
Yes.
Not the podcast,
Yes.
not being a wife, not being a mom.
Absolutely.
From God.
Yes.
And that's literally like the thing that we had in the table, literally like affirmations of your identity in Christ.
Exactly.
So he immediately spoke to me that day. And then you spoke. And then I was like, oh, I want to know about her.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, that event, I met Elisha through someone else. I've never met Elisha, but I just met her not too long ago. And she was like, hey, she's having this event coming up because I had a Mid-for-More conference in the beginning of the year. So that also led up to so many open doors for other women that throw events or men. So when I met her, she was like, hey, Eloise, I would like for you to come. But I didn't want to be like, she already had speakers. I said, you know what? I said, God, what would you want me to be out there? And he said, be a sponsor. And I became a sponsor, and that's how I started to bring my own brand of Mid-for-More. And Unwired just turned a year because after I published my book, I was able to go so many places with it. So I was like, God, I'm going to make this last event where I want Unwired to be closed as a chapter. That's what I told myself. Until you reach out to me.
But God's plan.
Until you reach out to me, I was like, oh, shoot, no, I can't really close it out because Unwired really was the starter for me. And I was really grateful to be part of that event. It was so beautiful. Every person I've spoken, especially when they talk about emotional and psychological, I was really on there. I was like, I root for you. I'm big on anyone that is pushing for something to help someone else. I'm there because we're here to serve.
We are.
We're here to serve.
100%. So at the event, I got a copy of your book. Beautiful.
Thank you. I don't know. I brought you another one.
No, it's okay. I'll take it. It was beautiful. The poetry and then the tying it to the verses. And I was just like, oh my gosh, the way that you write too.
Thank you.
Loved it. So I'm so glad you said yes to being here, being a guest. And I'm so glad that we connect. I'm so glad I went to the event because God was like, again, speaking to me, but able to connect and things like that. So tell us about your upbringing in Haiti and before coming to the U.S. So,
So my upbringing was quite different than here. I went to a nun school.
A nun?
A nun school. All girls.
Okay.
Lord. But all my life, that's all I knew is all girls school and having mom and dad that are very focused. Haitians are big on education. So all I knew was school, home, church.
Okay.
School, home, church. Literally, there's nothing outside of that. If I want to hang out with friends, do they go to church?
They have to be church friends. Yep.
Do they go to school? And it had to be specific group of kids, which I didn't really like that because I'm more of a free child. And I went to a private nun school. So it was like you couldn't hang out with certain friends. And my dad being working for the government, so he really wanted to protect me and my brothers to make sure we wouldn't, I guess, be around the wrong crowd. Rebellious kids here. I didn't really care. So my dad worked for the government. My mom was a teacher. And then I have two older brothers and I'm the baby as a young girl. Life in Haiti was beautiful. I wish my parents took me more places in Haiti, but they didn't. But I'm grateful for the foundation they gave me because it has helped me a lot being here, especially when it comes to certain habits, certain discipline, certain behaviors. The school I went to, it was already built for me. English, I learned it there. Spanish, a little bit. I should have paid more attention. But I learned it back there too. Very structured. So when I moved here, having such upbringing where everything is about family and love and education. So I came here with that same mentality. Not knowing there's a few things that's not the same here. But my upbringing was... once again, my family did the best that they could, I would say, to provide for us. I never struggled. My mom always feed us day to day. So what seems to be poverty here was like for us, the rich, the wealthy, or middle class. I would say middle class. The middle class here, for us, we were somewhat like wealthy, but not the wealthy of Haiti. So I had a pretty decent life, but I always wanted to have fun outside of my little norm. For some reason, it's like people they go to carnival. I don't want to do stuff like that. But I had an auntie, she was that one where, why are you always making this girl? All she knows is cool. So she'll be the one taking me places, and I was able to learn more about boys and carnival and parties. And I was able to live a balanced life while living in school because my parents always said, you have to have A's. You have to have A's.
Yeah.
And my art side was from my brother. He always wanted to tell me, I feel like you'll be very creative, which now I'm seeing it through my writing and made for more with my design, all of that. So I'm pretty much, I'm not saying I'm going back to my childhood, but I'm seeing a lot of things I brushed off when I moved here.
Wow.
I didn't really worked on more. So I'm taking time these days to really refine them.
Yeah.
Because they're my gifts and talent that's always been there. And I'm pushing it forward into something that can serve population and generation to come.
I love that.
Yeah, it was nice.
Do you know what events led your families to move here?
What was it?
What events? Do you know what events?
Oh, yes. So I don't know if you know, in 2010, there was an earthquake.
I was in the Dominican Republic.
Okay, so that day, I used to travel here already as a child when I was 8 years old and to be with my family here. But in 2010, when the earthquake happened, which was very traumatic, I wouldn't want anyone to go to any traumatic events, whether if it's earthquake, tsunami, anything. Even those little hurricanes that we have here, it's devastating.
It is trauma to the body.
Very trauma to the body. I remember that day vividly where I had come back from school at 3:00. I'm eating with my friend in the gallery where we're at, about to study. And then 4:45, boom, earthquake happened. And it was just me, my mom, and my cousin in the house. And we had a big private school next to us in the neighborhood. And since it was like a big school, we were afraid either school coming to us this way or school gonna come this way.
Yeah.
So, and that's when I knew how to call the name of Jesus.
Oh.
And I was so young. I was, 13 or 14 years old. As a young teenager, to go to such a thing, it was not pleasant because the moment it hit, the country got dark. It was dust, dark, scream. And as my mom is hugging us, because she knew what was taking place, she said, the only thing you guys want to do, let's get out of the house and stay under the door. And we stayed in front of the main door, and she hugged us. She said, just call on the name of Jesus. I said, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And the school did not come this way. Because if the school had come this way, I wouldn't be sitting here to you.
Wow.
By the grace of God, he did save our lives because the school ended up going that way to like on a whole different place. And it's nothing but God, truly. The life after that, the aftershock kept coming and kept coming. All you will hear is screams and people are crying because now they're looking for their family. And keep in mind, my dad is still at work, my brother's still at work, and my mom is freaking out. And as a kid, you don't know what's going on. You're just like, Mom, what's happening? And I'm crying and I'm holding on to my neighbors and my dad is not coming home and my brother's not coming home. So, because there's so many deaths is happening right there and then, my mom is like, oh yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
My husband is dead. My son is dead. And I'm just crying, sitting in a corner. And I'm like, God, what is this? Like, what could this be? And I remember me just quickly going back to the house, getting water to go back to give to people that are more hurt. And my dad eventually came back, which he had to walk instead of driving because everything is shut down.
There's no way to drive.
There's no way to drive. All lines are down, and there's no electricity. There's no water. Everything is dusty. Just from 4:44, the sun is still up. Now it's literally complete pitch dark.
Wow.
It was just like in such a matter of an instant.
Wow.
Everything just switched. And from there, my dad was like, I can't do much, but you guys have to go. And we're like, where are we going? I'm like, I ain't going nowhere. And since American citizen that were already citizen from Haiti, the U.S. Embassy, the U.S. Navy flew in to come get anyone that was already American living in Haiti. But since I was not a citizen yet, therefore we had to be held back. Because that was the first batch of people that could leave the country right there and then. And that's when I felt, whoa, I'm different. I'm not with the bunches. Because it's like, it's a selected group that had to leave. And my dad was like, it's okay. We're going to find a way for you guys to go. We spent a few nights outside of our house in a basketball court. Everyone, the whole community, the whole neighborhood, for safety reasons.
Yeah.
And now people that were doctors in the neighborhood or nurses were the one treating And that's when my life for healthcare kicked in.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
literally everything kicked in.
Yes.
Then I was like, oh, I want to help. And I'm just
Yeah.
making sure we're helping people. My dad adopted a child right there and then with no legal paper. With no legal paper. He was like, where's your family? She was like, they're all dead. And he was like, well, you're with us.
My
And
God.
it was just like so traumatic experience. So when my dad said, I have to make phone calls to reach out to our family here to find a way how to move you guys here. So he's making an arrangement and every road is blocked. There's not a way to even go to the airport. There's so many things. And he will try to his best to go back into the house, get our documents, all these things.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, he was like, well, I found a date. I got to book a flight ticket and it's in March now. Things happen in January.
Yeah.
And he was like, I found a flight for March. So therefore, I have to stay in a country about in a month and a half to be settled before I come to America.
Mhm.
So in that period, we have to go to my grandma's house that's in the outskirts of the city because Port-au-Prince was the only one that's hit. And even for that one, it was hard to make it there.
Yeah.
And that's where I spent my time. They put us to school. And it was a different school. Because keep in mind, I'm in a nun school. Now I have to go
All
to
girls.
a school with men, with boys. And it's not the type of lifestyle I lived.
Yep.
And I learned how to adapt.
Yeah.
I had to adapt. I couldn't complain. I couldn't cry. They made me see a psychologist, which I'm glad they did. But I couldn't just say, there's no other way. And from there, we moved here to America, and our family here welcomed us in. And that's when everything switched for me.
You guys moved straight here to Florida?
Florida.
So
We're
it's that
down
family?
south, Miami, and
Okay.
then from Miami here to Orlando.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Heavy.
Yes.
Heavy.
We were there. We were in the Dominican Republic for Christmas. We had planned to stay for 3 weeks. So it was, towards the end of our vacation time. And we were in a supermarket, leaving the supermarket, and we were actually in an elevator.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so when we got out of the elevator, like we heard a little bit of commotion, but we weren't really sure what was going on. So when we got into the car is when we heard it on the radio about the big earthquake that happened in Haiti. And it was felt in part of the Dominican Republic. We didn't feel it. But yeah, it was just like, oh my gosh. And so I remember like people on Facebook at the time were like, are you okay? Are you like, we are fine, but a lot of people are not fine.
It just the way it happens, because everything is shaking and everything is happening all at once, and not knowing what was that. But there was an elder woman. She was like, I think it's an earthquake. And it's just going fast because the magnitude just hit. It doesn't just stay, but the way the impact it made after, and that's what really hit a lot of us. We had a lot of neighbors that also, they lost their mind mentally after that.
Oof.
We lost friends and family right there and then. When I found out there was a friend of mine in the neighborhood that died, that's when everything really hit me. Like something, I'm like, this is really, death is serious.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I just went through an earthquake as a kid.
A huge earthquake too, like.
Where? Like, never in your mind you can think of these things could happen, but they're truly things that do happen. So when I moved here and I'm seeing hurricanes, all this, and I'm like,
that's nothing compared to what I've lived through.
I'm not saying like, nothing, but it's like, I feel for them because it's still the same in like the Maria in Puerto Rico, like, these little things, because it's like, this is world events taking place. And not only like the September 11, because I was in Haiti and when the World Trade Center thing, so that was also something that hit us back home, even though it's here, but hey, I don't get it. But when we got hit, it was like, oh, this is stuff.
Yeah. Wow. Whew, okay.
Heavy.
So, yes. So coming to the United States, you had already visited because you had family here. But did you, or do you remember like now, because now you're here, like you're living on vacation, cultural shocks that you experienced?
I hated it.
Oh, you didn't like it? Oh.
No. I like it for vacation. I can go to Universal. I can go to the beach. Take me to the park. Let me eat the burger.
But then you come back home.
Yes, I go back home. But now you want me to live?
Yeah.
Whoa. This is too much. And that's why I'm even more glad I wrote the book Unwired, because I feel like I needed to really a true reset. Because coming here, the culture shock for me was, you guys do things differently.
Yeah.
School is completely differently.
Yeah.
For me back home, I had to study. I get an exam today or homework today. Tomorrow I'm being examined. Here, I went to school and the professor, because I was a freshman and it was a math class, I will never forget this. And he says it's an open book. I looked at him, I said, what is an open book? I said, open book? What does that mean? He said, oh, Eloise, I know you're from a different country. You can open the book. And I said, back home, they don't believe in stuff like this. We don't believe in open book. He said, it's okay. So I was able to excel somewhat, but language barrier, because that's not my first language, although I speak it as class for homework.
It's different.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
So I had to go to ESOL and I had to learn new ways on speaking, how to communicate, how to understand language, and to just how to make friends.
Yep.
Because I'm always around girls.
Yes.
And my family here, they're very friendly. And I'm like, I have to learn how to make friends. So that was like a complete mental shift I had to learn how to transition to. And culture shock for food. Going to Burger King. We'll go to Burger King and McDonald's. Back home, my mom cook every day.
Yeah, there's no eating out.
And I'm like, this is different. So for the first few months, I cried. I said, can we go back? Even though the country's not there set, I think it's better to be back home.
Yeah.
And I see the hustle culture. It's like fast-paced. Everyone just on the go.
Yeah.
On the go. Back home, we do what we got to do, but we still somewhat live. Here, it's like nonstop. And I'm just like, this is weird. And I'm young. And this is teenage years.
Oof, yes. There's already so much going on with your,
with my body.
With the body, the
with
hormones.
The emotions. The hormones are changing.
All of it,
And I have to go to a big high school full of boys, full of so much. And I'm like, this is too much. Why don't I just go back home? Let's make it easy. I said, Dad, and my dad was still back home, and my mom came with us. I said, can we make a deal? I'll go back home. I'll do whatever I can. And you just check on us every now and then. But for me to live, this is not it.
Yeah.
Like, this is not it. And it was hard to break habits.
Yeah.
Because I have to unlearn everything I knew to conform to here.
Yeah.
And eventually, by my junior year, I really made sure I made a lot of friends, connect in school, excel with my grades, get into sports. But I still didn't know what I want, or like, what would you call it, the American dream? It's like, I came here by force. One, I didn't have a plan to be here. And now I have to find a way, like, what do I want to be after high school? All these things. Like, I didn't really have a vision for much.
So coming here, did they tell you that it was going to be temporary?
No.
Oh, no. They told you, like, okay.
Oh, no, we're staying.
Wow.
I didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm young and I couldn't really speak for myself. But my dad kept saying that this is going to be a good thing for you.
Okay.
Like, this is the best decision I could do for you. And to this day, he still says it. He's back home.
I was going to say, is he back home?
Yeah, he's back home. He doesn't want to be here.
Oh, my God.
He comes and travel. He doesn't want to be here. My dad doesn't want to come here. So he stays back home with my brother. And my mom is still here with us. So it became like a bit of a separation of a family, a broken family kind of being separated.
Wow.
That was not easy in itself, too.
No, not at all. And you had not been able to go back.
No, and now every year I would want to, something will happen.
Something.
Either gang violence is rising up, or kidnapping is rising up, or they're burning down something. And my dad's like, it's not safe, my bro. People are flying. Do you not see people are going out there, going to the outskirts of Port-au-Prince? But because I live in Port-au-Prince, it was not safe.
Yeah.
So it got to a point I no longer wanted to. I was like, but my heart is still with the Haitian people. It's who I am.
Yeah.
So when I started the tax industry, I started to really serve the Haitian community, and I fell back home again.
Yeah.
Because Orlando is full of us, and Miami full of us, and that kind of gave me somewhat of a bit like a back home, or when I travel to Puerto Rico,
away from home.
Yeah, Puerto Rico or New Orleans, it somewhat give me, okay, this reminds me of home, even though it's not home, but still.
Oh my goodness, that is so hard.
Listen, it's such a challenge because it's like constantly, I'm wired because my brain was wired in one way and I have to come here unwired, literally unwiring my brain to how things is like here.
Yeah.
And as I'm going through the day-to-day teenage life, entering adulthood and finding meaning, you would say, like a set plan on I've come here to do this. My dad just said, no, you guys are here, you guys are gonna be safe and you gotta do great. And of course my aunt, she became a mother to me and she's still like a mom. I gained 4 sisters.
Aww.
And they became my parents.
Yeah.
Although I have parents now, it seems like I've been adopted.
Yeah.
And that lifestyle was also different because I have to learn their ways, their personality, living with them. I have 4 sisters. I was the baby sister. Now I'm the older sister.
Oh, wow.
So it's like so
that's
many
a shift.
a whole bunch of shifts is taking
Wow.
place, and I'm entering these roles by force. So by the time I become an adult, what my teenagers were supposed to be very nice, living with parents, I'm already an adult in my teenage years.
Having to grow up very
Having to
quickly.
grow up really fast, very quickly. And by the time I became an adult, it's like, I'm really an adult now.
Yeah.
And these days I'm like, I want to live a little bit of my childhood.
Oh, yes.
A little bit
Connecting
here and there.
back to your
Connecting
childhood.
back to my childhood. Not that I have childhood traumas anymore because I've dealt with those, but it's more like I wish, I would have gone through the process as a teenager or this and that and third. So now that I mentor some girls back in Africa, and I'm grateful for these girls, they're so amazing. And I always tell them, and when I was your age, if only I had someone, I'm becoming the older woman now. If I had someone tell me this is what my career plan could be or my vision for my family or business, I would have so embraced it.
Yeah.
But I came here straight to high school, freshman year, second half of freshman year.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the school year was about to be ending
exactly
in
and
January.
From there, it was 9th grade, and dad told me they're gonna put me through the test to see if I could redo the 9th grade. But I
hold you back. Yeah.
No, thank you. I excelled. I excelled, and I was able to go through 10th grade and 11, and I graduated on time.
Yeah.
But the challenges came in for me, such as I'm learning a lot from this lifestyle to that lifestyle, and I have to abide. English is not an easy language. Studying in English.
You can say that again.
Studying in English and learning back home and here is understanding. Back home is comprehension. Like you have to know. Here, the moment you can put it together and you understand, you apply it, you're fine. I struggled.
Yeah.
That was my main part where, why can I not put it together? And it's because I'm always in a book studying because I know they're going to give me word for word in that exam. Here, you can just scan through it. They got ChatGPT now. And then you just take your exam and you're fine. So these were my main culture shock challenges that I had to deal with. And
that's a lot. Oh my goodness. But
thank God for therapists.
100%. And, seeing God through all of that too. Man. So, I mean, it's been a while now. We're adults since that happened. So, when did you feel like, okay, I'm more adjusted, more?
I started to really fit into the culture when I started to be 2021.
Okay.
That's when I was like, okay, I see how America is like. They like to party. they like to have fun as they work in corporate America, all these things.
Yeah.
And my aunt would always tell us she would much rather, because I was so sheltered, she said, I want to break that off of you because she wouldn't want me when I get older to be hit another culture shock.
Okay.
So as a teen, she said, no, I want you to see society as it is here in America. This is the culture. We work and have fun. We work and save. We do this and we do that. And I'm so grateful for that foundational work because now I'm able to really see what corporate America is like, what life is truly like here in America. And I've adjusted. So since I turned 21, I told myself, okay, what do you want out of this life?
Yeah.
Although I was still trying to have fun because it was in my 20s.
Of course.
I still in my 20s. I was like, what do you really want out of this life? Although I was attending church, all these things, but I still wanted to have fun with the world.
Yes.
I said, girl, no, it's time to get things seriously. God got a grip of me. And then from there, this is when the process of truly getting to know who God is for who he is, being a child of God, attending church not for the sake of my parents telling me to go to church, but seeking a relationship with him.
Yes.
Seeking a relationship with him. So from there, I always can reflect. I said, Lord, you were with me there. You were with me then. So I have a stronger faith. So if life is happening now, I'm kind of laid back because you were there then. You did this then.
Yeah.
So now I'm not saying I'm okay, but anything that's going to work out, it's going to work out for my good regardless. And that's when I started to tell myself, what do you want?
That is right there, having that peace that only comes from knowing God and having that relationship. What you just described right there is like, yes, life is going to happen, but if he was with me through the hardest, how is he not going to be here with me now? It's just like having that peace. That peace. That only comes from God.
Only.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Only. And especially going through so hardship moments.
Yes.
Life challenging moments.
Yes.
So when little hiccups, little roller coasters, happens throughout the years, it's more, I'm going to hang on to the hope of the one that's done it for me before. Yeah. He has done it again.
Yep.
Time and time again. And this is when I started to see God is like actually pushing me out now, out of my comfort zone. You need to be out there.
Yeah.
You need to be seen. You need to be heard.
Yeah.
And that's when I started to really break off beyond being my comfort. Oh, well, I like to.
Yes.
I just want to be at the hospital.
Yeah.
And that's when the book came in, and I'm really full on out there. People be like, hey, I've seen you on my platform. I don't know who you are. And I'm like, yes, I'm Eloise. This is who I am. But I don't make it a way where who I am on social media is the same woman you're going to see out there. 100%.
Yes.
Like, same personality.
Yep.
And I always tell people, they be like, oh, you're so famous now. Listen to me.
That's my family.
I wouldn't say such a thing. But if you want to go grab dinner, they be like, yes, we can have it. I'm still a regular human being. It just so happens that there's many things I got a chance to have. And now I can use the platform or my influence or my resources and push it forward to help others out.
Yeah.
I'm just an ordinary girl.
Yeah.
Like I'm just chilling.
Oh my God. That's so funny because I've gotten that too. They're like, you're the same person online. And I'm like, yes. Like that is, I don't ever want to try to portray a person online and then another person in
absolutely
like no.
like the people do.
On
behind cameras.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
no,
it's like, no, it's
be me.
And then like my family now is like, oh, you're so famous. I'm like, no, not at all. But everything that happens, I always bring the glory right back to God.
As
it's just like when, people ask me like, oh, how's the podcast doing? And I tell them, but it's like, it's all God. Like he's the one working behind the scenes. I'm just being obedient with what he's called me to do.
Absolutely.
And everything that the podcast has gotten is because of him.
That's true. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Just serving my way that I can serve. Yeah.
I'm honored for that. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So keep up.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So where can people get your book?
Okay. So right now, I had one Instagram page. I shut it down to focus mainly on Made for More.
Okay.
So it's going to be on that page. Eloise Made for More. I have the link on there, name Unwired, where you can just click. Okay. It's lulu.com. And even if you go on Lulu too, you'll see it. If you type Unwired Eloise Benoit, you can download an ebook. I finally started to print them out when they called me to come to this conference. And I said, let me bring out just a copy. And pass it out to people.
Yeah.
So that's how my book was able to be out there. And Made for More came in this year when I turned 30. Starting last year, fall, God started to press onto my heart. I want you to do more. I want you to do more. I want you to do more. And when I turned 30, and it was, I got the colors. Made for More is like pink, orange, and yellow. And I was like, I think God is leading me to do a conference. And on my 30th birthday, I released an annual conference.
Wow.
I had reached out to some friends from multiple states. I said, hey, if I have a conference, would you be a speaker? They're like, yes, we would love to. And that's how I connected with them. And I took my very first annual conference. So powerful. It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
It was entrepreneurs all in the room speaking about wellness, speaking about social worker, nursing, tax, immigration, and so many different backgrounds. And me being an author, I brought more authors in the room.
Yeah.
And it was just a powerful moment to just show people you were somewhere, you got something started. And in this room, you can do whatever. You have someone that could mentor you, take you, lead you somewhere. And it became a place of network.
Wow.
So Made for More became that. And I said, okay, this is my first annual Made for More Women's Empowerment.
Yeah.
And because men also attended the event, they said, Eloise, remove the woman. We want to be a part we want to be a part of this thing. So now I said, okay, instead of making a woman's thing, it's going to be more of a conference empowerment where when you see those big conferences where all the speakers come in about entrepreneurship, I want to make Made for More to be the same thing.
Yeah.
And getting invited to those type of conferences also has opened up my eyes even to see how I want to move forward with Made for More, having conferences. And I said, since I wrote a book, and not many people love to read book, but let me draw the crowd by opening a book club for free.
Oh,
And bring the
yes.
community to come and sit down around the table. We're going to read the book for the month. You practice it, and then you come down and we sit down and say, okay, this is what I did for my business.
Yeah.
Well, this is how I use this book for my personal life.
Wow.
And because I've read for all these months, I said, I'll be the leader behind this and bring people to come and be part of a book club. And that's the community of my book club. And then I said, how about I just release a bridge line? Because just why not?
Yes.
Why not? So that's what's being built currently up until I fully launch, sometimes fall. At least that's the deadline I'm giving myself to finalize everything in full force. Moving forward, it will be tax, speaking engagement, and a merch line.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing.
Thank you.
So I'm going to include your links in the show notes and show description so people can connect with you, follow you along in the journey, get your book. And the last question to wrap up this amazing conversation. What does the American dream mean to you?
Honestly, most people will say freedom, but the American dream is what you want to make it out of. Because each person is different. I know American dream is like you should have the white picket fence house with a nice job and you have a nice family. Personally, I see it as I have a nice job, a nice family, and providing services to the people and just serving them. I do have a true servanthood heart. Goodness, it's like, Lord, sometimes the heart you protect it. And I have to have some boundaries sometimes, but the American dream for me is able to have a balance. I have a decent job. If you want a corporate ladder, sure. If God is promoting me, absolutely, you're taking me there. But fit where God is calling you according to the season where you're at.
Oh, yeah.
According to the season that you're at. For a while, I was just a CNA, but now I'm a nursing student. And that's my season. I do taxes, therefore that season I do that. So I always make sure right now I'm very timely managed. Being a speaker now and an author, I get to fulfill those moments also when I'm being called. But are they Eloise? No, they're just a part of me. But that's my American dream. I just want to eat well, live well, and be at peace. I'm already at peace with God, at peace with myself, and just live a good life. And up until the Lord calls me home, I can hear this word, well done, good and faithful servant.
Wow.
And that's my American dream. No, I'm not really into the partying. I just want to go on vacation every now and then. It's okay. And just because this culture is very hustle and grinding, I want to also live a life where I'm also enjoying what I do. So these days, everything I put my hands to, I say, no, Eloise, we're going to enjoy it. I don't care how you feel. You're going to enjoy it so it can push me through when I'm feeling burnout that I can constantly. I'm not faking it, but it's just to hold me like accountable. Enjoy what you do.
Oh my God.
And it has kept me going in the ICU when people are passing away. It has kept me going when people are nagging me about their money for taxes. And it has kept me going when I sit in a room and be a speaker as a panelist. And I'm going to passionately enjoy it. And it's because all these passions of what God has put within me as gift and talents to do.
Eloise, that was so beautiful.
Thank you.
I love that. Oh my God. God bless you. God bless the work that you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you too.
And thank you for this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Mommy Podcast.